Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show, powered by Permane Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Tyler Sweeney. Tyler, the Pittsburgh Pirates lose 9-3 today against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's over.
Oh, it's big over me.
Ben said they're going to come back, and they're still a winning baseball team. They ran off and won 2 games, had offense in 2 games. It's over. It's done. They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess who we thought they were was a really bad baseball team, because they were a really bad baseball team today.
Yeah, everywhere. You jokingly said before the show, I'm just tired of talking about the same thing over and over again. And I said, well, Tyler, you're in luck. We don't have to talk about the same thing over and over again. It was also bad pitching. It was bad defense. It was bad everything. So that's new.
Yeah.
Newer. It's renewed.
Yeah, we get to mix it up. Little throwback. Or I don't know what they say for Tuesdays, but like take me back Tuesday or something. Back to 2023 and 2024. No hitting or pitching and bad everywhere.
Some might even say 2021 and 2022.
Yeah, those are probably more gooder examples.
Much gooder. Absolutely.
Much gooder.
Yeah, man. It was a rough game all around. Andrew Heaney started today. Looked awful. The offense looked awful. There was times. I mean, think about this too. Like the back end of the offense has actually really been clicking lately. 3 guys on, no outs. We know how that story goes, Ty.
Yeah, that's kind of where the game changed.
Yeah.
Any sort of momentum the Pirates had with the bases loaded there, no outs, just quickly got squandered by the bottom of the order, and really, that's where the game just got out of hand. It
sure did. Then we had bad defense everywhere. We had bad base running, a potential benching. Yeah. This thing had it all. If you love bad baseball, I cannot stress how much this game was enjoyable.
Unfortunately, I don't like bad baseball, and I have no desire to talk about it, but we will anyhow.
How quickly do we want to get this one done?
Man, I mean,
no, but for real.
It's all means to an end.
Let you all know, for the tens of you that are watching, if we're lucky, BetOnline continues to be your #1 source for all your sports betting action. And with baseball in full swing and football season around the corner, BetOnline has more ways to stay on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Head to the website today. Take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. BetOnline, the game starts here. So yeah, Ty, we pretty much summed it all right there. We could end the show, but I guess we should dive into it just for Permane Brothers' sake, maybe. Do we want to start with Andrew Heaney, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, let's start with him, because this is now back-to-back pretty bad outings from Hene.
It sure
Not pretty bad. This is back-to-back really bad outings by Hene.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but he personally, just watching him today, he looked awful. Just plain simple awful. 40 balls out on 85 pitches. That's not going to play ever. The swings and misses weren't there. He had no fastball command. The changeup was atrocious. 1 whiff on the changeup today on like 15 of them. Fastball, awful. Anything breaking didn't work. He couldn't throw strikes. And all that's to say is that Andrew Heaney's a fine major league pitcher, and he'll figure it out. He was just really, really bad today.
Yeah, he's 4.48 ERA on the year. It's not great. I get that. That's kind of what he's been. He's been better than that, obviously, actually, but he's kind of been like less of the, hey, Andrew Heaney has like a 3.2 ERA and more of the Andrew Heaney has a 4.5 ERA. I feel like what you're seeing with Andrew Heaney this year, when he's good, he's good. And when he's bad, he's bad. And that kind of gets him here. 7 earned runs in 4 innings. That will balloon your ERA. There was a point where it was under 4. Now it's a 4.48. That'll do that. And that kind of shows. Andrew Heaney has been more good than bad this year. And again, like when he's been good, he's been really good. He's had some clunkers there. And those clunkers just balloon everything up. And today was one of those. And you're right. Like he just did not look good. The biggest thing to me too, like you mentioned, was he just wasn't finding the strike zone either. And when he did, it was right down the middle. So just a very, very bad game from Andrew Heaney. It wasn't the situation where he did enough to at least keep the team into the game. Again, 7 earned runs, 4 innings. It's over. It's over. Andrew Heaney lost his game, especially this Pirates offense. There wasn't much they were going to be able to come back and try to capitalize and claw their way to a victory here. But yeah, man, three strikeouts, 7 hits, 3 walks. Wasn't missing too many bats. Just bad game for Andrew Heaney. It happens. Overall, though, he's still a fine starter.
Yeah, this is the difference between someone like Andrew Heaney and the best of the best, like a Paul Skeens. Like Andrew Heaney has looked somewhat like Paul Skeens here and there. Mm-hmm. But when Andrew Heaney looks bad, he looks like this. When Paul Skeens looks bad, he has 6 innings and 1 earned run. And Paul Skeens is just an extreme example here, but that's the difference between like the best of the best and guys that you can pick up for admittedly undervalued $4 million.
100%. 100%.
He's still fine. He's fine.
Hmm?
Just bad today.
It was. That's all. It was a bad game for him. But I guess with bad play comes opportunity. So he gets pulled after 4 innings. Newly called up Daryl Hicks. That is a player. Daryl Hicks is a Pirate. Daryl Hicks, you probably didn't hear about him until 6 hours ago. But he gets called up. He throws 2 innings. Tyler, no hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Kudos. I'm not here to say, hey, here's the next best thing in the bullpen. I'm also not here to trash. He did a good job. He did a fine job. Oddly enough, most of the time, which doesn't seem to be the case like in past years, but like guys that haven't expected to do something, when they get caught up, they've kind of been doing it. Shugart has for the most part. Matson has. Hey, Daryl Hicks, you did as well today. So kudos. Congratulations to you. Don't know where this leads you, but he did his job.
Yeah, congratulations to him, I guess. Sure. Do I see anything with him? No, but I'm with you. I'm not going to poo-poo him. He's already made his debut, so whatever. We can't even get excited for him about that. He threw the ball a little bit all over the place as well, but who did today?
Everyone really did, yeah.
But dude, I wish I could throw 95. It is amazing how just everyone that rolls out of the bullpen throws 95 anymore.
Well, it's a new day and age.
It's wild.
But, hitters just suck because it's all about launch angle and exit velocity. As if everyone's not throwing 95 or more. Anyways.
Yeah, I have nothing more to add on him. Well, good for you,
sure.
buddy.
Sure. But again, the Pirates, to go back, the Pirates, we thought were going to make it interesting at one point in time. Early on in the game, they had 3 straight hits. It was Horowitz, Hayes, and Frazier, right? Yeah.
That was so long ago.
It was. Horowitz, Hayes, and Frazier just all singled the way on to have bases loaded with 0 outs. And Ty, what happened?
Out.
1, 2,
out.
3. 3 straight outs.
Should start with in play out.
in play out. Yep. And again, the MO of the Pirates. they don't have any power. So, of course, it's singling their way on to bases. And then they do what they do. Runners in scoring position. Well, we're done. Time to close up shop. We're out of here. Davis out, IKF out, and then Oneil Cruz lines out, I think it was for him. So,
and
nothing done there.
And that was started with a single where Rebello holds Horwitz there.
Let's talk about that.
And I think you could criticize Rebello for holding him there. I personally wouldn't. No outs. I don't remember who was in center, but he was getting the ball as he was rounding third. It would have been a very close play at the plate. You've got to be able to lift the baseball and get a run there. I'm okay with holding him there. Yeah. I know people on Twitter are going to get mad about it, but because the third base coach is just always going to get trashed a little bit. You just didn't do their job.
There's plenty to criticize Rebello about. And it's been both ways this year. It's been odd. He's been the guy to send everyone. But oddly enough, recently he's been holding a lot. This here was a hold. This here, I'm with you. Like a very similar situation came up not too long ago, and I said the same thing. It's 0 outs. Bases are loaded. If you can't find a way to score one guy in, that you have to send someone with no outs, then that's a bigger problem. Well, we find that, the Pirates have that problem. That this problem is the Remo. That's not on Rebello. Now, again, you could maybe say, well, that is a problem. That's why you send them. But again, like it's no outs. Bases are loaded. Just hit a damn ball in the air. That's all you have to do. Just hit a damn ball in the air. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't score one run. That's not on Mike Rebello. That's on the offense. It's like this is where the separation of coaching and managing and players. Like that's not on the coaching. That's on the managers. That's on the players. Right? I don't fault Rebello in that situation at all. Do your damn job. You had 3 opportunities to do your damn job, and you couldn't do it one time.
But it just comes down to both Henry Davis and IKF not getting a job done. Like IKF cannot strike out there. You're a guy that does not strike out. That's a spot you cannot strike out. Davis, you got to lift the baseball. You can't hit a ground ball to third. That's the one place you cannot hit a baseball. Well, there's 2. Can't hit it back of the pitcher either, but you can't hit the baseball there. Just little things.
Yep.
That's what happens when you're not a good baseball team.
So like you said, that seemed like it was, I don't want to say a game changer because ultimately this probably was going to happen anyways, but that changed momentum. I mean, that could have been some runs. They weren't able to capitalize on it. And they didn't have any opportunities after that too as well. I mean, they actually did, and we will talk about that. Reynolds, hey, like he's been bad. June came over and he still was bad, but his wife did give birth and now he's good. Now we're seeing June Reynolds somehow or another. He's been pretty good since coming back in tonight. He had a good game as well. He had 2 hits. Third out was like a really hard hit as well. But like he gets on. Well, I guess it was Kutch and Reynolds both get on, and then Nick Gonzalez hits a 3-run shot. Nick Gonzalez also on fire. 5-hit night last night, had the home run today. So he was able to find some offense out of him, but that was literally the only offense. That was it of value, I should say, of the game. So I mean, he capitalized at that point in time. It was a 7-3 ball game. I mean, it's still you're running up an uphill battle at that point. But I mean, he found a way to chip at it a little bit.
Yeah, and in all reality, though, like it was still a 4-run game when Gonzalez homered. Ball game was over. Like they're just really Hene giving up 7 runs, and I know they weren't really all on him, but giving up the 7 runs early.
He gave up 3 home runs, though.
He did, but I mean, like our little fella, 3 first names needs to maybe throw a strike. Well, Daryl Hines person, I already forgot his name.
Which Daryl Hines first.
Daryl Hicks.
Let me get the box score as well because I need to look at it too. Yeah, Daryl.
He's got 3 first names. What do you want from me?
Well, no, you're right. And actually, what was funny was he enters the game on what was it, 6 pitches. He got 2 outs because the double play happened.
Yeah.
But then he throws a wild pitch, and the guy from third scores. And then, yeah, gives up a hit. Another guy scores. And, of course, nothing on him. No earned runs for him. Actually, was it a hit?
I don't remember.
I guess he didn't have any hits on him. So
no, he didn't. He did strike
now I
out
don't
too.
remember. Yeah.
I mean, like, the stat line looks great.
That's right. Like, yeah, the stat line looks great. But again, he had the double play. Then he had that wild pitch that scored a run. Of course, wasn't earned on him. It was Hene. But I thought another one scored too. I thought it was a hit. But I
There
guess
was a wild pitch, and then I don't
the wild
remember.
pitch. I guess that was it then, huh?
I think that was it.
Okay.
I thought there was one more. Yeah, I don't know.
Too, but I guess
for some reason I was thinking there was one more as well.
I guess then it came over to
Did one score on that double play? No, because then one wouldn't have scored on the wild pitch. I don't know. Forget it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All good.
It might have been 6-0 when Heaney left. I don't know.
Either way. But yeah, there's just a lot of bad baseball. And again, that was part of it. That wild pitch, bad baseball. Should we break the news here now too? Yeah. I know we want to talk about this a little bit. And there's not a whole lot to talk about with this post-game show because this team was just bad. An interesting move happened. Oneil Cruz was replaced by Alexander Canario. Weren't quite sure why. Didn't look injured. There was a double play that was made with Oneil Cruz that he also didn't look to hustle in. But he also stayed in the game at that point. It was like after the next half inning that he was pulled. I mean, he played defense. So kind of interesting. And it now is out there. Actually, Jim just posted in here. Yeah, here it is. So this is per Noah. Pirates manager Don Kelly said Oneil Cruz was removed from tonight's game due to energy and effort on the double play he hit into his final at-bat. And yeah, we did see that. It was just pathetic. Now, I understand that this game's blown out. Whatever. But again, this is the stuff that this going back. And Tyler, I know you and I are on the same page. And that center field play where that went by him and he just kind of looked very lackadaisical there. I'm for this. I think I said on that show, like I almost want to see a statement being made with Oneil Cruz soon. Tonight was a great opportunity for that. I'm absolutely for it.
It might be a little bit overdue, to be honest with you. You could definitely argue that after that play in center field, he definitely should have been benched. To follow it up by not at least like giving even 75%, man. Like at least look like you're trying. I know it's a 7-3 ball game and nobody really cares and there's mistakes being made everywhere. Control what you can control. Things like this and these things happening are the reason Oneil Cruz can't become the superstar that we believe he can be. Because he allows things like this to happen. If you're never going to reach that level if you continue to have the mental lapses and the physical lapses as well that he does. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's well overdue. Don Kelly is well within his right to do this, and I probably wouldn't play him tomorrow either.
So that's what Jim put here too. Kelly apparently was non-committal if he will be in the lineup tomorrow or not. So I'm for that also. It just is, again, I give a lot of props to Oneil Cruz. I think he's a tremendous talent. I think he gets a lot more hate than is deserved. But again, you're not going to beat the allegations by doing stuff like this. And you're 100% correct. That's why I mentioned this in the ball in center field. It's like, I didn't expect him to go and run and make a Superman play to get the ball and not allow the right fielder to get it or do whatever. But you should have like your thought and your twitch, your reaction should be as it gets past you to at least turn, at least like, oh, can I make up my mistake and then see the right fielder and like back off. Like, it was just like, it's bye.
Right. Like your initial reaction should be the bust ass.
Right. Like that needs to be in you. And that's why everyone in Major League Baseball is talented. Everyone in every professional sport is talented. But it takes a lot to be a star. It takes a lot to be that separation. You don't have the Mamba mentality by not dogging, by not running that play out. instead of dogging it to first base. Don't matter what it is. Again, I might, this might sound harsh, whatever, but like, think about Kobe. Think about the Mamba mentality. Think about when Swaggy P and all them were on his team and they were laughing or whatever, and he wanted to.
Soft as Charmin.
I want to say some words, but I'm like, oh, YouTube's not going to like this. He wanted to, end them real quick. You don't like, that's how you get to greatness. You have to have that mentality. And you're all right. Like, that's what is going to prevent him from being that potential superstar. And even not a superstar, and again, I don't want to use that word, but just to get him to that other level. It's that consistency. It's that 100% all the time. And I understand you're not going to have 100% all the time. And that's perfectly fine because you will see the superstars that don't, but you can't have it less than average. You know what I mean? Like, it can't always be a thing. I felt it's time for a message to be sent.
DiNardo, you know what? We're being too generous by saying like that's stopping you from getting the superstar level. That's why you're a 725 OPS guy right now. That's why you're an average hitter right now. Because shit like this,
actually,
probably not anymore.
I asked that because he was just above.
He's pretty close to a league average hitter right now.
I mean, his WAR's been dropping.
Like,
he's below. He's a 99 weighted runs created plus right now.
Right now, he is
wasn't too long ago. He was at like a 123.
Exactly. So, like, maybe we should forget about the superstar stuff. Is he an above average hitter at this point? My God.
And I firmly believe
he is, but like, it's frustrating.
But to your point, and we agree, and this is why he gets more hate. Like, he is. He absolutely is. For over a calendar year, he's been an above average hitter. He's struggling right now, and he's struggling mightily. But on top of the struggle, like you talk about the control what you control. Everyone has struggles, but you can't compound that with this type of play. If you are struggling, you better be doing the other things correct. Because if you're not going to help the team out offensively in these other ways because you're going through a slump, you better find other ways to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to crap all over Oneil Cruz. Hopefully he learns his lesson from this. And let's go back to Andrew McCutcheon. Klein Hurdle did it with him. We've mentioned it a bunch of times on these exact airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
It's been done. This happens. Almost every superstar at some point is going to be benched. A lot of, most Major League Baseball players have probably been benched in their lifetime at some point. Oneil Cruz has been benched in the minors.
Right.
For similar stuff. So hopefully at some point this is going to click.
Yep. I hope so. But what I also want to, the reason I want to talk about this in the other sense, like you mentioned, Kutch was benched. Well, part of the talking point of that was Hurdle benched him. Shelton's never done that. Like that's also a bit of thing. It's like, hey, Kutch was benched. If Kutch could get benched, anyone on this team could get benched, but you just never saw it. So I guess to some sense, like, hey, kudos to Kelly for doing it. And if he does bench him tomorrow for this, like, kudos to Kelly for doing it. We talk about accountability. We talk about this stuff. Like, this is the perfect example. And that's why I think it's a good time and moment to demonstrate this and use this as an example. Cruz is benched. So, yeah. You want to get back on the field? You want to ensure you're on the field all the time? You want to help this team? Then you better go out there and help the team. By the way, I've seen it here. Sorry, we've been on a little tangent and ran here. Steel City DW, once again, thank you so much. 20 gifted memberships. You are the real MVP. I promise you will not be benched. You are playing every day the rest of the year.
That's 100% effort right there. That's all Oneil Cruz had to do. Put the effort in.
That's right, Oneil Cruz. Give us 20 memberships and we will make sure you're not benched tomorrow.
Exactly.
Come on, Oneil. You can do it. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it shakes out.
That's my Cruz rant.
I don't know. It's all frustrating right now. But hopefully he responds, and if he doesn't, then Hey, I don't know what to tell you if he doesn't. Don't really have an answer for that one.
He's still over criticized regardless, but there are truths in some of that. And again, this is what's going to separate him from taking that next step, being one of those guys. It's going to be he has all the talent in the world. He just couldn't be that. And then he's still a fine player. I mean, he's still the best offensive player on this team, even with his dropping WAR and everything. And it's probably pretty close right now. But still, like he still is. Now, of course, that's more to the team that's been constructed by Ben Cherington, but he still is a very talented player. He still is a valuable player. He could be that dude. That's the difference.
And if he's not, there's 17 games below 500 with him. What's it matter?
It matters because that can't be the case next year.
You know what? If he doesn't buy in, then piss off. We can lose with you. We can lose without you, buddy.
Yeah. I'm just tired of losing with and without.
Yeah, me too.
Can we start winning?
That would.
When does Ben get benched?
Good call.
Can I bench him during the trade deadline?
For real.
Because apparently, according to Greg Brown, there's a move coming up. And first off, if you want to believe that, I don't want that move coming. So can we bench Ben? Another story, another day. It's 26 minutes. What else we got to talk about, Ty?
Thursday's episode.
Yeah, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Jim Callis from MLB is going to be on to talk about the draft. This is our draft show special. We could talk about the Pirates' future, so we can find out the newest Pirate player that they can draft that will be on the future losing ball clubs. Fun times, everyone.
Oh, I'm so happy. They're all asking you what the trade rumor was.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm seeing the comments now too. No, I guess Greg Brown today was on.
There wasn't a rumor.
He was more or less, he was just saying, like, talking with Ben. He suggests that Ben's going to acquire something at the deadline and not a rental. So in terms, it would make them a buyer. Like I jokingly said behind the scenes, Brian De La Cruz fits that example. So, like, okay, Brian De La Cruz 2.0. Here we go, baby. Brian De La Cruz wasn't a rental. He had years of control. So yeah, there's your rumor. Whatever.
I got nothing else.
Let's get out of here.
I'm done.
I should not have explained myself. We should have just left and let everyone.
We should have.
Wonder and chaos. No, we won't do that to you. Actually, we will. But no, let's get out of here, I guess. We'll be back tomorrow. There's another post-game show. Paul Skeens pitches. Mezrowski pitches. It's going to be a really good showdown. Not here to tell you it's going to be a good game. I hope it is. Hey, the Pirates can still win the series, and Paul Skeens is pitching. So, I mean, there is that. There is some light to this series. Paul Skeens take the mound. It's 1-1 right now. The Pirates could still win in Milwaukee. That doesn't happen. So that could happen with Paul Skeens taking the mound. However, there's a guy pitching for the Brewers that's also very talented that this team will have to score some runs against. So we'll find out if that happens.
Yeah, everybody will be watching at the 2:00 game, and just tune in around 8th inning. That's when the runs will happen.
So they lose
for the Brewers. Yes.
Yeah.
Watch the Brewers score runs in the 8th.
There it is. By Daryl Hicks.
Daryl Heaney, whatever I called him. I don't know.
Daryl Hines. Stewart Jr.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. We're definitely out of here now. We will see you guys later. We appreciate you. Again, remember, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Tune in. Jim Callis will be on with us. Fun show. Also, Pirates an off day, so they can't lose. Like, subscribe, join our Patreon, join our newsletter. Tyler does that every Sunday. He's now going to send a newsletter out. Can you believe it?
Monday.
Well, you work on it Sunday.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, subscribe. It's on Substack.
that's right. Don't make Tyler cry. Subscribe to his
just-
newsletter.
Or like, don't subscribe and then I'll just stop doing it.
Well,
No, subscribe, please.
Don't bench Tyler.
Yeah, don't.
Because we're
Don't waste
benching
my
him.
time.
Yeah.
Actually, they will vote for me to be benched. All right, let's get out of here.
We're out. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.